You have reached the United States Marshal Service, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Press or say 1 to submit tip on a wanted person. Press or say 2 to reach prisoner operations. Press or say 3 to reach fugitive matters and warrants. Press or say 4 to reach civil process or subpoenas. Press or say 5 to reach asset forfeiture and seized assets. Press or say 6 to reach judicial security. Press or say 7 to reach administration. Press or say 8 to reach CSO control room. Press or say 9. Transferring your call to 7. Hello, you've reached the Admin and Finance Department. If your call is regarding accounts payable or jail invoicing, please leave a detailed message with your name and phone number. If you are calling for any other reason, please hang up and select the appropriate department from the main menu. Please note any legal or prisoner-related matters should be directed to prisoner operations. Thank you. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hi, my name's Ian Olson. I may have called the wrong department, so I probably have to call back to the department, but I'm just going to leave a message. I'm looking to schedule a meeting with the U.S. Marshals to discuss the ban and restriction to the DA's office that they have placed against me. I would like to discuss their legal authority to do so and the reasonable justification behind their restriction of my ability to access my government and my DA's office. So my number is 262-490-1636. If this is the wrong department, I'm going to call a different one, but if you could maybe pass the message on to someone, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to speaking with you people. This is ridiculous.
Sorry, I could not find this option. You have reached the United States Marshal Service, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Press or say 1 to submit tip on a wanted person. Press or say 2 to reach prisoner operations. Press or say 3 to reach fugitive matters and warrants. Press or say 4 to reach civil process or subpoenas. Press or say 5 to reach asset forfeiture and seized assets. Press or say 6 to reach judicial security. Press or say 7 to reach administration. Press or say 8 to reach CSO control room. Press or say 9 to reach employment, internship, or recruitment. Transferring your call to 6. Good morning, U.S. Marshals. This is Lisa.
Hi Lisa, my name's Ian Olson. I'm calling because last time I was at the courthouse and everything, I have an issue with a restriction placed against me by the U.S. Marshal Service barring me access from the DA's office, and I wanted to speak about that with someone in the U.S. Marshals because you're the ones exercising your authority to restrict my access to government.
Okay, what is your name again?
Ian Olson. IANOLSON.
Okay, well, you are speaking to someone in the Marshal Service. I am a supervisor, and I'm a deputy U.S. Marshal, and I actually oversee the restrictions of who's restricted. So I'm gonna try to find where your restriction is so I can speak to it. If you can just give me some time here.
No, it's fine.
Pull that up.
Okay. All right. So I see it. It looks like your restriction came on in the summer of 2025.
Do you have an exact date?
Yep, June 18th, 2025 is when the notice came out. And it was so it's saying that you are required an escort when you come into the building. You're restricted from visiting the USAO, which is the U.S. Attorney's Office. You have a history of assaulting U.S. military personnel.
Okay.
And then the last time you visited the U.S. Attorney's Office, there was a disturbance.
Is there any notes that describes this disturbance?
No.
Okay, because I have a video of that interaction, and I would like to come in and speak with you guys about it and show you it and ask you how you have any jurisdictional authority to bar me access from the government, because it's highly unconstitutional. It's illegal. The attorney's office lied about that interaction because I confronted them with crimes of government, and then to punish me through you guys is criminal. And I would like to speak with someone about that.
So, I was not there. I cannot speak to it, but what I can
I'm looking for whoever's responsible. You guys have people that are responsible. I understand it may not be you, but I'm looking to schedule a meeting to speak with that person, if possible.
That is me, and I don't need a meeting with you. Like, I can tell you that if you are... Okay, let me ask you this. What is your goal? Like, what do you want to do?
I want the U.S. Attorney's Office to do their jobs and prosecute crime. Because I have reported crimes over and over and over to my government, only to have my rights and freedoms taken from me for doing so.
Okay.
That's so illegal.
Okay, so one of the things you can do is you can give them a phone call and just say, hey, I'd like your permission to speak with you about these crimes.
Well, right now, according to you guys, I am restricted. So right now, in this moment, you guys are conducting a federal offense against me and my rights by restricting me with that restriction.
That's not true.
That's not true?
That is not true. We have the authority to restrict anybody who comes in and causes a disturbance.
Okay, but I'm telling you, I would like to come in and speak with you personally so I can show you a video of that interaction, and I would like you to tell me how was a disturbance at all, because the DA's office lied, and for them to just use a lie, and you guys are just like, okay, let's just ban him from access to the government, no justice. Like, I have evidence that shows it was not a disturbance. It was a petition of government for redress of my grievances, which happens to be multiple civil rights violations conducted by my government. And I'm sorry, but I live in this area. There's only one federal DA's office, and it's that one, and I can't access it.
It's called the USAO. It's called the
an attorney's office, whatever.
Attorney's office, yeah.
They're responsible.
The DA's office is a state jurisdiction.
Well, it's the equivalent.
We're a federal jurisdiction.
I understand that, and I'm reporting federal crimes. I understand, like, the state can't prosecute the crimes that I'm reporting and experiencing by my government.
Let me kind of help you out here, if I can, Ian. And if you're reporting crimes, like attorneys, they work in a courtroom. The crimes that you want investigated, they don't go out and investigate. That's what investigators do. So agencies of the FBI, the ATF, the DEA.
Okay, here, let me just stop you for a second.
US Marshals.
So
you have to go to those agencies.
Okay, let me just stop you for a second. I have been to the FBI so many times. I went there one time to report crimes. Within a week, I was arrested. I had an illegal search and seizure of my property. I was thrown in jail for 8 months. I have gone to the FBI, and you know what happened? I was punished, persecuted, and prosecuted for exercising my First Amendment rights to report crimes to the responsible parties. And Like, you understand my dilemma here, right? You're telling me to go to the people that have weaponized the government against me. I understand it's their job. It's not your job. I understand it is their job.
Yeah,
But they're not doing their job.
Like, you make it sound like they like you did something to them.
Yes, I reported federal crimes committed by the government. And it was easier to silence me and shut me up by throwing me in jail than to do their jobs and attack the crime that's coming from within.
Yeah. Can I ask what those crimes were?
Violation of my First Amendment rights.
But what was the violation? Like, what was the incident?
I petitioned members of the government in a written format with a letter. And then, just like how you guys are restricting access to the DA's office, I was restricted access to government, property. I was experiencing an unconstitutional trespass order against me. And then I violated that trespass order to take it to court because that is the only way that I can target a trespass order. And then they stuck their hands within the government and got my case dismissed. Like,
that's a good thing then, right? Like,
no, it's not a good thing.
Dismissed.
It's not. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to confront my accusers in a court of law, and they took that away.
Oh, I gotcha.
That is within my rights. So they violated my Sixth Amendment rights to cover up their crimes against my First Amendment rights. And then I reported it to the FBI, and then I got persecuted and prosecuted for crimes I didn't commit. And I understand it's their jobs. They're responsible for the law. They're responsible for keeping order. They're responsible for my safety and my protection. But yet, my living life experience is so ass backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right now, you're barring access to...
So if you could come into the federal courthouse and you could talk to attorneys, like you said that you would report crimes and stuff, correct?
Well, see, the reason why I created, that they alleged that I created a disturbance, the disturbance was not me, my conduct, or anything like that. The disturbance was the material that I presented. The evidence that I presented of the government committing their crimes. Like, I don't need the FBI. I have all the evidence. I need the DA's office to review it, confirm with the law that these acts are in violation of the law, which they are, and then prosecute these people for their crimes. Because to prosecute me for reporting them is so illegal.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. I'm trying to think of, like, we don't, and I don't want to talk for the attorneys, but I know that if everybody came off the street and said, hey, I want to report things to the U.S. attorneys and I expect you guys to prosecute, like, that's just not how the system works. I
understand how the system works. I tried using the system how you people allege it works. I went to the FBI.
I've got an idea for you, though.
Okay,
I've got an idea for you.
What's the idea?
Going through an attorney so that they can file these motions and file whatever needs to be filed.
I don't need that. What I need is people to do their jobs according to their job descriptions and their obligations, their duties to me as a citizen, as a member of their community. That's all I need. I should not have to pay. I shouldn't have to pay an attorney to get you people to do your jobs.
No, that's not what I'm trying to help you do.
That's what you just suggested.
There is a procedure, and there's no way they're going to take your stuff from you. One, you're not in law enforcement. Two, you don't practice in the courtroom. You don't have a law degree. The other thing I can think of is going to your congressional members and saying, I have a problem with the Marshal Service. I have a problem with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
I've done that. I've done that already. And they didn't do shit.
Sounds like nobody believes you.
No, the issue is everyone understands how right I am, and they don't want to do their jobs.
I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Like, I would like the opportunity to speak with the U.S. Attorney's Office. And right now, the only obstruction here is you and your department, the U.S. Marshals. You guys are my only obstruction. So I'm calling you. Because right now, you're in violation of the law.
I am not.
Okay, the U.S. Marshal Service is. Whoever's responsible for running that shit show down there in Milwaukee, and who's restricting me to talk to them. Like, right now, you're, like, if I...
Hello?
You people are the only thing that's in between me and the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yeah, you're not going to get past that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm calling, because I don't want to violate unconstitutional orders, because all that happens is I get persecuted and prosecuted for crimes that I didn't commit. For me trying to exercise my rights. To petition my government for redress of grievances. I'm sorry that is within my First Amendment rights, but you restricting my access to the DA's office to do that is highly unconstitutional, and it's in violation of many federal laws.
The other thing you can do is file a petition with the court. You can come to the federal courthouse. You'll be escorted to the clerk of courts.
I've been there twice, and I've gotten escorts, and the people that have to escort me around that building, because you people want to violate my rights, they get annoyed with me just showing up because they have to get off their asses and walk around a building with me when they shouldn't have to. And that's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are getting mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's... Like, I don't mean to be... It's a frustrating situation.
Sounds like it, yeah. It's frustrating to hear about it. I wouldn't worry about them having to get up. There's nothing wrong with that. I would not focus on that. If you've got a grievance...
No, right now I'm focused on the obstruction of justice right now. And that's U.S. Marshal Service.
But you're complaining about people. You're complaining about agencies. You're complaining
I'm complaining about you guys not being in compliance with the law. So yes, I am complaining about that, but I'm doing it through the context of the law.
No, you are not. And that's why I suggested an attorney. Someone that can help you go through all of this and figure it out.
So right now the restriction against me petitioning the DA's office in Milwaukee for a redress of grievances is not in violation of the law? That's what you're claiming?
There is no crime. There is no crime. If you come here and didn't create a disturbance, if you can keep yourself calm and level,
I did.
There wouldn't be an issue. I don't think that's the truth.
Okay, wait. I have video evidence. If you don't believe me, let me show you. Give me the opportunity to show you the truth if you don't believe me.
I've got attorneys that say they don't want you there.
I understand that they don't want me there because they don't want to do their jobs. But I'm sorry, I have the right to petition my government for redress of grievances.
So what are you going to do? You can't petition an attorney's office. You can petition the courts. That's another avenue. That's probably the more just
I'm sorry,
avenue.
when did Congress amend the First Amendment that says that there's separation to who in government I can petition? When did that happen?
If your grievance, it's a procedural thing. The Constitution didn't change, sir. It's about procedure. So the procedure is, if you have a grievance against that office, you don't want to go there and solve a grievance with them because they're gonna say absolutely not. And that's the pushback you're getting. So a way to circumvent that is you go to the courts. That's called balance of power. So you go to the courts, you say, courts, I have a petition, I need a petition form, I'd like to file this, I want the judge to look at this, I want this set straight. Because who decides, who makes these decisions? Sure isn't it's going to be a judge.
I have to seek out representation, I have to pay for an attorney, and then I have to petition the courts to get you guys to let me use my rights?
There are people that don't use attorneys. They just petition the courts.
Okay, so I have to petition my government to use my rights.
You're saying you're already petitioning your government.
I'm petitioning the DA's office to do their jobs. But right now, I can't do
the
that.
U.S. government. I'm not gonna go in circles with you. You're gonna have to figure this out. I'm not gonna set a meeting with you, and neither of my bosses. We're not gonna watch your video. We have attorneys that say that they don't want you in their office, and we will uphold that.
Okay, you said your name was Lisa?
Yes, Lisa.
Is there
White.
any other Lisas that work with the U.S. or the U.S. Marshal Service in Milwaukee? Or are you the only Lisa? No. Are you willing to provide me your last name?
No.
Why not?
You can come and you can ask to talk to my supervisor.
I asked you a different question right now.
I
asked you a simple question. Why will you not identify yourself to me?
Well,
you work for the government, right?
Don't seem like I do. You just
so
seem like
don't
you're
you
about
don't
to,
you have
like,
to? If I ask you?
Do I have to?
Don't you have to identify yourself to me?
It's not in the Constitution.
Okay, well, how about just being a good person? So let me know who I'm talking to.
I'm trying to be a good person.
I think you're trying to hide.
Argumentative.
I think
I'm not trying to hide.
Then what's the harm of giving me your last name so I know first and last name of who I'm talking to? Where's the harm?
What do you want to do with my last name? What do you want to do with my identity?
Well, right now I'm accusing you guys of violating my rights and federal laws. So I would like to know who's responsible for being the obstruction of justice right now.
You can write the U.S. Marshal Service.
Western
District of, Eastern District of Wisconsin.
I understand that. I just don't understand why you won't identify yourself. I don't think you have a logical explanation to not identify yourself right now.
What else can I do for you, sir?
You can give me your last name and then I can go.
Yeah. Yep, you're free to go.
I asked for your last name first.
That's not going to happen. I hope you have a good day.
I just want to make a couple of leave it to the fam in the well.